What's going on, guys? DIY Dad here. We got a fun project we're gonna be doing today. I got a helper here. She's super cool. So yeah, there's this giant pit that we cleaned out that we were working on a project for a French drain and had a whole bunch of dirt left over. It's just a bunch of clay, so we're gonna seed over it. And we've 800 pounds of dirt in the back of the Tacoma that we're gonna be just throwing over there, and then we're gonna be putting down some seed in this beautiful lawn here in Milwaukee. So here's the seed that I got from Home Depot, just a cheap bag. It's got a bunch of fescue, perennial ryegrass, and Kentucky bluegrass. This is already kind of a blend here, so nothing special, but beautiful lawn here. So we're gonna get right into it and show you the steps. We're basically just gonna cover the dirt and try to change the slope. I got a bunch of dirt on purpose, so I'm gonna try to change the pitch away from the house, kind of sloping towards the road to fix some of the drainage issues too. So we'll get right into it. Only 19 more of these to go. I'm completely out of breath now. So when this was flat, and they just took a skid steer through here and left tracks, so it's really bumpy. Here's a French drain that was dug out. We're not going to do anything with that today, but maybe a future video. We're just going to start splitting things open here and rake it out. Start.
Okay.
Flip-flops are the best for this.
Okay.
This will be the fastest lawn renovation ever.
Yay, dirt!
Okay, so because these plants are in the way, we also want to get the level of the dirt up around the foundation. Little trick, it's not going to be pretty, but because we're lazy, I'm going to dump it right on top of my lilies here. We're going to try to lift the leaves up and try to shake the dirt under the leaves like this. And the next time it rains, it'll be like nothing happened. But essentially we're lifting the level of the land as high as we can get it over here. It's going to be messy and dirty, and a lot of work, but the plants will survive, I promise. Okay. I think we're going to need more dirt. That's all 20 bags we got. I think 12 more should do it. Maybe 14 for good measure. Off to the store again. Do you guys remember when Milorganite used to be like $4.99 a bag? It's nuts! So I'm over at Meyer, which is a Midwestern store in Wisconsin and Michigan. This is the stuff I got last time, so we're going to get about 12 to 14 bags more. Trusty pocket knife, because it hasn't been removed from the pallet yet. So I actually estimated about 12 bags for this area alone. We got 20 bags, but I put most of it up here towards the house. It's probably about 4 bags in the lilies there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 10 more bags. Half of it's up in that area. So you can kind of see that it's a little bit higher there. And I'm going to try to get it sloped towards the sidewalk so the water runs down there. And I just kind of eyeballed it from there. So you can see, it's kind of hard to tell on camera. There's a little bit of a divot here and a little divot here. So I'm trying to put the dirt kind of this way and just kind of slope it this way. Just use your eyes and use your best judgment and just try to get the water a little bit of an incline slope towards the road. Just going to kind of push back and forth like this. Try to get it up high here. It doesn't have to be super thick, but just has to be level. Chop the big chunks, and if you have a bigger rake, even better. So we're just gonna smooth all this out, and we'll get back to you when we're all done raking and see how it looks.
How?
So push some of the dirt towards the house that way with the front of the rake. There you go. Just get all that clay and hard compacted stuff covered. To seed, if we were just doing overseed, you only need like a 1/4 inch of dirt, just enough to rake the seed in. But because we're trying to actually regrade the property a little bit, I want to try to bring that up. So I kind of did, it's really hard to tell, but it's higher up here and it's just kind of real gentle, like maybe 1 or 2 degrees, that's it. So it's higher in that corner, kind of in the middle, and it kind of rolls this way, and then it rolls again this way towards that ditch there. I think we're pretty much done. This is not perfect, but it's gonna grow grass. I think we might bring in a couple more bags of dirt just to get this bumpiness all smoothed out yet, because it's just hard clay. You can see this stuff, it's just nuts. So we're gonna try to smooth out the edges there a little bit, but I did bring that slope up. I think maybe 2 or 3 bags along the edge will probably be good, and then we'll throw the seed down. Now I don't have a spreader, so I'm gonna do it by hand, and basically I'm just gonna try to broadcast it with my hands, just by like doing this or whatever with a handful of seed at a time, and just kind of walking back in a grid pattern. So I'm just gonna go back and forth like this, and then I'll walk again back this way, just like I do with spreading fertilizer and stuff with an actual spreader, but we're gonna just do it by hand. So it should go pretty smooth. Once that's done, you guys will check out my sprinkler setup. We're done, all leveled. Got the hose out, I'll show you what we do with that in a second. We're gonna put the seed down. Okay, I'm just gonna cut a real tiny hole in the top corner here because I don't want a bunch to come out super fast. But it looks like this seed is actually coated to hold and retain moisture longer. So if you look here, it's got these granules in it and stuff, and it's green, so that's not the natural color of seed, but I guess when it gets wet it's got a coating and it should hold moisture longer. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take some handfuls and I'm just gonna like kind of broadcast it out, and I'll show you how much to put down. We're gonna go kind of thick because we want it to come in good, but as I spill it everywhere, there's gonna be a patch there, but so look over here, you can kind of see about how much the grass seed is. It's not like too thin, like that's probably not enough there. That's too much. That's just right over there. That's just right. That pile's a little bit too much. So you kind of want something in the middle and just kind of shake it. Since I don't have a broadcast spreader, I'm just gonna kind of do this type of deal. I don't care where it lands. It'll mix in with the rest of the grass. Oops, we might have a big pile there. Maybe it would be better if I cut a bigger hole in this. Try not to get it in the garden bed too bad. We're gonna use probably the whole thing. I can stick my hand in there and just kind of. I'm putting it down pretty thick, as you can see. I got 7 pounds, which does, I don't know, 2,000 square feet. We have probably less than that. That's too. Whatever, it's gonna be thick when it comes in. Maybe smaller chunks, smaller handfuls. Oh, there's dust everywhere. Ow. Wow. Stand upwind. Makes everything dusty, and the kids love doing it. It's not perfect, but my work never is. I'm just gonna step on it because honestly, like, compacting the soil a little bit is gonna hold the seed down a little bit, so we're just gonna walk around it. It's gonna press the seed down. It'll germinate just a little bit better. So don't worry about stepping on grass and dirt seed. Dirt and grass seed. Wow, it's been a long day. Check out my other videos for a full rundown of how I made these sprinklers, but basically what I ended up doing is going to sprinklerwarehouse.com. Great website for good prices. I bought these little 1-inch connectors. It's threaded on both ends. And then I got these Hunter Pro sprays, which is just like an in-ground sprinkler system, but I'm doing it above ground with a spike. So you can connect multiple sprinklers together, just unscrew the end here, and you're good to go. And you can just connect multiple of these. They're very low flow, good for low pressure systems. So it comes with different nozzles, and these just pop out. There's a tool that you can get, and you just pull up on it, and you can swap out the nozzle. This is an MP3000 head, so this will go up to 30 feet. The MP2000s go 20 feet, so it's a blue ring around it. The tan ring indicates it's an MP3000, and you can also get ones that do different patterns and stuff as well. So we'll try that. If that doesn't work, I got an impact sprinkler. After a little bit of adjusting, we got the Hunter MP rotator going, covering just about 30 feet to the road there. Hey, don't forget to hit subscribe, guys. Hit that thumbs up. Thanks for watching.